Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Alicia and I'm back with another DIY video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these Brat inspired or Brat themed graduation fans. Like these fans came out so nice. I love the way that my templates turned out exactly how I had envisioned it. I made over I want to say 30 new template designs for this graduation season of 2024, and I'm super excited to share all of my new designs with you guys. So this is a part of the Brat collection. So I'm doing Brat graduation fans, I'm doing the Brat t-shirts, I'm doing Barbie, I'm doing Hello Kitty. I'm doing so many different things, but I just love the way that these senior Brat graduation fans turned out. So I'm definitely going to be sharing more videos with you guys. I have a 42 video series just for graduation alone. So I'm going to be uploading just about every single day with new graduation fans, t-shirts, party favors, all types of graduation ideas for you guys, okay? And like always, you guys definitely can get the templates from my website. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into this DIY. Have a tendency to ramble, guys, so please forgive me. Sometimes I get just so excited because I'm just so excited to get this started. But okay, so then we're going to go ahead and jump in. So we're going to head over to the website creativecraftandllc.com. If you're new here, I'll leave the link down below for you. Once we get to the website, we're going to go ahead and click on the graduation section, okay? And that's where you're going to find my new 2024 graduation designs. So all the designs are not up yet. I'm still uploading new designs every single day because I've made so many, so it does take time, so please bear with me. But I'm going to go ahead and click on the ones that we're going to be using in this video. I'm going to edit the pink and gold one. Probably won't edit both. I think I'm just going to edit or customize one of them on camera so you guys can see how easy and simple it is. But here is the red and gold one, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the pink and gold so you guys can see that one as well. And these are all digital downloads, and they're instant downloads as well. So what that means is once you check out, the download button will pop up and you can download your images instantly. Okay, it's an instant download, super easy, super quick. And I have a coupon code for you guys. My website is usually always on sale, 25% off, but I do have a coupon code, buy two get one, so I'll go ahead and leave that link down below as well, and it'll also be on the front page of the website. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the editing part of this video. So I'm gonna be customizing these templates using Canva. I'm going to leave a link down below for where you guys can get a free 30-day subscription to Canva, okay? Because certain things to use to edit, you do need to have the premium subscription. So when I get to Canva, I'm going to go to the top where it says design or create, and I'm going to click on import file, okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and upload our image, our Bratz graduation fan image that I just showed you guys. I'm going to go ahead and use the pink and gold, and we're going to go ahead and customize that one together in the video. So once I upload it, I'm going to click on use in a new design. Once I click on that, I'm going to go ahead and pick the size paper that I want to do this on. This needs to be done on 8.5 by 11-inch paper. So I'm going to go ahead and type in resume because that typically comes up or pops up in 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to go ahead and click college resume, or you can click whatever resume comes up as long as it says 8.5 by 11. Okay, so I went ahead and clicked on college resume, and that opens up the design to a sheet of paper that measures 8.5 by 11-inch, because that's how we're going to print it. Okay, so once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and upload the image of our graduate. Okay, so I'm going to go to the section on the menu where it says uploads. I'm going to click on upload files, and then I'm going to go ahead and upload the image of our graduate. I'm going to go ahead and make the center part a little bigger. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can get a really good look at how I'm doing this. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and upload the file of our graduate. Now my graduate is not an actual person, it's an AI model, okay? I prefer to use them, they're lifelike anyway, so why not? So I went ahead and went into my files with all my AI models, and I went ahead and scrolled through what, pick one that I felt like would look good on the front of this fan, and then I went ahead and I uploaded her. Okay, we're going to call her Keisha. Okay, so I went ahead and I uploaded Keisha, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on Keisha's picture, and that's going to transfer over into the center of our image or our template. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and stretch her and position her to where I want her to be on the fan, and then I'm going to go into edit photo right at the top menu, and then pick Canva, like all other softwares, usually have a remove background feature. Okay, so once I click on edit photo, I'm going to go to the side where it says background remover. Okay, and then once you click that, it'll remove majority, if not all, of the background. Usually with softwares like Canva, PicMonkey, they typically always remove 100% of the background, okay? And Photoshop as well. So I'm going to go ahead and center her some more. And then I want to go ahead and I want to add a shadow around her. So I'm going to scroll down to where it says shadows, and I'm going to add a shadow effect around her, or a glow, or however you want to call it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and put like, drop a shadow or a glow around her. Yeah, it's called glow in Canva. Then you can go ahead and you can play with the intensity of the glow, how bright or how dark you want it to be, how wide you want it to be around her. You know, so just go ahead and play around with it. If you're familiar with Canva, you already know how to do this. But for people that are not, you can go ahead and play around with the buttons, play around with the photos and the editing, and see what works for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and stretch her some more and place her in that center where I want her to be, right under where it says Brat. This is super simple, super easy. Anyone can do it. I try to make the work easier by making the templates already pre-designed, which takes the work out of it for you guys. All you have to do is add caption in a folder, and you're print it and you're good to go. Then I'm going to go ahead to where it says text, and I'm going to click on the box that says add a text box. Then we're going to go ahead and pick our font and our text color. So I think for the color, I'm going to do her name in like a hot pink. So I'm going to put Keisha at the bottom or right above where it says 2024, and I'm going to do that in a very hot pink. White would also be nice, but I'm going to go ahead and do a hot pink. And for the font, I use, it's called Archivo Black, okay? So I went ahead and used the font Archivo Black. We're going to go ahead and make it a lot bigger as well. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the shade of hot pink that works best for this design, or that works best, that will look best along with the light pink and the gold, basically. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and type her name, Keisha, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the letters a lot bigger and drag it down to the bottom by the 2024. And then like I said, I'm going to also add a outline around it. I think a black outline will look really well. A white will look good as well, but I think I'm going to do a black outline around her name. Okay, so that size seems to look good or work perfect for me. Okay, so I'm going to put it right down at the bottom, and then I'm going to go into effects. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a outline around it. I'm going to go ahead and click on outline, change the color to black, because I think black would probably be better than white for her name. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the outline a little thicker so that her name really stands out. Okay, and you can add more to this, but I'm going to leave it just like this. But you can add more. You can add school name in where that Brat doll silhouette is on the side of the fan. You can add text to that. You can add, like, if she has awards or certain GPA or honors, you can add that. Like, you can really customize this and make it what you want it to be. Okay, you can even add more than one photo of the graduate, but I'm happy with the way that it looks, so I'm going to go ahead and download it just like this and go ahead and get ready to print this. Okay, and we're printing these on cardstock. Okay guys, we print these on white cardstock paper. Okay, do not use regular copy and print paper. We only print these graduation fans on cardstock. Okay, it's not gonna come out right if you try to use regular copy and print paper. It needs to be a thicker paper that can hold up, because we're gonna be making an actual fan. So definitely go ahead and print these on cardstock. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say download it now, save it of course, and then I'm gonna go ahead and print this. But this is an up close version of how it looks. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and send that to the printer. One more thing that I would like to share is that when you are printing these, because I have had people reach out to me with basically printing issues that they have been having, or that they have had, not often, but for people that are new to making crafts or making printables, they might not know what to set their printer settings to. So you make sure, because this is 8.5 by 11 inch, you have to make sure that it's set to portrait. Okay, landscape is going to cut off the image. You have to have it set to portrait to print these fans. Also, make sure your printer is set to full page. And last but not least, make sure that you are printing these fans on a borderless printer, because I had someone, she kept trying to print it and she was confused as to why it was kind of taking away like the sides of the images, but she didn't have a borderless printer. So if your printer is not borderless, definitely print these out of copy and print. So I just went back into Canva. I'm not going to show you guys the full edit of the gold and red, but I'll show you guys the me doing the picture again, because I wanted her picture to be bigger on this fan than the other fan, to show you guys the difference between using a full length picture of a person and kind of cropping them or cutting them down to the waist, where it makes a big difference on the actual fan. So so we use the same picture of Keisha, and then I just went ahead and removed the background like we did with the other picture, and then I cropped her picture to make it like right at like a little bit by her waist, or like by her hip area. Okay, so when you click on the picture, a square comes up around it, and you can go ahead and click on those pictures, on those squares, to move it around, and you can also crop. Then I went ahead and changed her name to white, and that's all I did for the red and gold fan. Okay, so I cropped her so I can make her bigger, and you see what the difference that makes. It brings out more of her face. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and download that as well, and I'm gonna go ahead and send that to the printer, and we're gonna go ahead and print that one as well. So printing these, I use my HP inkjet printer. I gotta look to see what model number I have. I've had it for so long, but these are how nice they came out on the inkjet printer. And this is, like I said, is white cardstock paper. And look at how clear and nice these came out. And to be honest with you guys, especially if you're new here, I always talk about how cheap my recording camera is, because it is a cheap camera. I said as soon as I hit monetization on YouTube, I'll go ahead and invest the money and get me a nice, really good camera. But until then, we're using the one that I have. But my camera does not do these images any justice. Like the red was so popping and so bright, and so was the pink as well. Like they look way better in person in natural light than how they look on this camera. Okay, but both images came out beautiful. The images are large, they're very good size. They're almost, I could have stretched them to make them a little bit bigger, but they're a really good size. They're probably about like nine inches, or close to 10 inches, about 9.5 inches long, and I want to say about 7 inches wide. I will measure it and leave the actual measurements in the description box. But you could stretch the image if you choose to. So to put these fans together, to assemble them, you need to have your glue gun, some wooden fan handles, we need popsicle sticks, we need some extra pieces of cardstock paper, solid cardstock paper, okay? And then of course you want to have your scissor and also some scotch tape, okay? Simple tools in order to put these fans together. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out these images by hand. Now if you want to use a cutting machine, feel free. These images are JPEG. Most of my images are JPEG and PNG. So if you know how to turn a JPEG image or PNG image into a cut file, definitely go ahead and upload this into your Cricut, your whatever machine you have, and go ahead and cut these. But I cut everything out by hand because I like to make videos that are helping people that don't have actual crafting supplies like others do, because you do have some people that are new to crafting or that are new to making things, and so they might not have the certain tools that people that have been crafting for a while might have. So I try to make items where you can do everything by hand. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and the cutting time on this is literally like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, because it's a big image, it's no tiny images, so it literally took me a little bit over 2 minutes to cut out the entire fan. So I didn't speed up the video like I would normally do, because I wanted you guys to see in real time, if you're cutting these out by hand, how long it takes to actually cut them out. And it was 2 minutes, okay, and it wasn't tedious at all. It was a clean and simple cut. There is nothing special about my scissors. I've had these rusty old scissors for years, okay? They're still holding up very well. If I can remember the brand of them, I think they're by, you know what, I don't want to mislead you guys and give you guys the wrong brand, but I've had these scissors for years. I have gotten them from Walmart. I think when I had got them, they came in like a pack of three, when you have like one big scissor, one small scissor, and one really tiny one. So yeah, so the other two probably have broke, or they probably have gotten lost somewhere along the way. But this scissor has been holding up, because I also use this to cut my fabric as well when I'm doing sewing projects. So yeah, so these scissors are some really good scissors. It's been like maybe about 3 years that I've had these scissors. I have other ones, but I always tend to use this one, okay? So yeah, so that was a quick and easy cut, about 2 minutes of cutting, and now we have the front of our fan cut out. Now to make the back of the fan, you're gonna take a solid color piece of cardstock, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how super simple and easy this is. So this is where we're going to use our Scotch tape as well, okay? And while you're doing this step, make sure you have your glue gun plugged in and warming up and getting ready, because after that we're going to go ahead and assemble, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take the front of my fan, I'm going to turn it around to the back, and I'm going to take some pieces of Scotch tape, okay? Small pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and roll it over into basically like a little ball where it's sticky all the way around, okay, just like that. Then we're just going to go ahead and put a few around the edges or the perimeter of our fan, the back of our fan, just around the edges where you know you're going to be cutting, okay? So that's basically all we're going to do. I think altogether I might have used about 6, maybe 7 pieces of tape, probably about 6, because you don't have to use that much. But basically we just want to use enough pieces to keep the fan in place while we cut out the back of the fan. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that part off, and then we're going to go ahead and tape it down to the other piece of cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and cut out the back of our fan, okay? Some people that make these fans, I've noticed that they don't always make a back of the fan. Whether you're making this for yourself or you're making this to sell, you want this to be sturdy, because you can actually use these as keepsakes, okay? Because a graduation is like, it's a celebration, it's a milestone. So you know, you can use these for a one-time thing, or you can make them sturdy enough where you can have them as a momentum or a souvenir, okay? So now we're going to turn it back around the front of our fan, and we're going to go ahead and take that to the other side of our cardstock, okay? And we're just going to go ahead and press down, okay? Then we're going to take our trusty scissors once again, and we're just going to go ahead and cut around, basically like you're tracing around, but you're just going to go ahead and cut around rather than trace, okay? Just going to go ahead and cut that completely all the way around. And that's super simple, super easy to make the back of your fan. Like I said, I've been watching some videos, and some people don't always make a back of your fan. They just go ahead and make the front, then they go ahead and glue the fan handle on there, and then that's it. If you want to do it the easy route or the simpler route and do that, that's fine. But like I said, if you want it to be sturdy and to be an actual fan, I think it's best to make a back of the fan so that you can go ahead and sandwich the fan handle in between the two pieces. That makes the fan way more sturdier. Because one thing you have to think of is that a lot of graduations happen during May and June, and you might have a lot of graduations that'll be happening outside. So this is an actual fan that you can use. I know you really want it to showcase your graduate, but if you're having an outside graduate, especially with graduation having that many people or that many guests, you know, you have your all your graduates and you have your audience, so it might get a little hot up in there. So you know what I'm saying, you might want to have an actual fan that you can use, and the more sturdier it is, the more it'll hold up, okay? So yeah, so we went ahead and cut out the back of our fan, and the tape is still there, so the fan is held together, and that's the point of putting the tape, so that you can secure it while you're cutting out the back. So we're just gonna go ahead and open the top part where it says senior, and we're gonna glue the top part only, okay? Just want to secure that into place so that we can go ahead and put the fan handle in the bottom so it doesn't move around while we're trying to assemble the complete fan. So we're just going to go ahead and glue the top part first. I'm sorry if my camera runs out of comes out of focus. I told y'all it's cheap, okay? So bear with me. We're going to go ahead and put some glue on the top part. We're going to go ahead and glue that around, and we're going to go ahead and just put that together. You know, be careful with a glue gun, especially if you're using one for the first time. This glue gets super duper hot, okay? So don't burn your fingers. But I'm going to go ahead and pat that down and hold it together for about 5-6 seconds. When you're using a glue gun, the glue dries extremely fast, okay? So we're going to go ahead and pat that down. Then I'm going to go ahead and open the bottom of our fan. And keep in mind, guys, don't pull this too hard, because it is indeed paper. It's a thicker paper, but it's still paper. So therefore, of course, it will tear, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and open up the bottom part of the fan, and we're going to go ahead and glue in our fan handle. Now, when I'm gluing in the fan handle, I usually glue about 2 inches of the top inside of the fan, okay? You don't have to glue a whole bunch. I mean, you don't have to put a whole bunch of the fan inside. About 2 inches is enough, and you leave the rest of the handle out, if that makes sense to you guys. So I mean, to each his own, but 2 inches is enough where the fan will be sturdy, and it'll be really good, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and glue that and pat that down for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and grab our popsicle sticks. Now you might be wondering, why do we need popsicle sticks? Trust me, you need them, because like I said, it's about making a sturdy fan, okay? Because you can actually use this, especially if the graduation is hot or is a packed with a bunch of people. You might want to fan yourself, okay? So you don't want no wobbly fan that's coming apart, you know? So go ahead and put popsicle sticks in the inside. So in this red fan, I went ahead and used two, but I really should have used three. You have to use as many fans according to the size. I'm sorry, you have to use as many popsicle sticks according to the size of the fan. So with this size fan, you definitely want to use three and not two. So in the red one, I put two in, but I'm going to show you guys that you need to put three, because you want to have two on the side like a V shape, and then you have one, you want to have one in the center going as far to the top of the fan as possible. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean here in a second. Okay, you see this is the pink and gold one, and you see how it has like a W shape, because the one in the center, I try to put it as close to the top part of the fan where it's almost touching where the words senior is. Okay, so I want to put that one at the top or the tip, because that gives a sturdiness at the top of that fan. And then we have the other two on both sides. So with this side fan, you want to give it a W shape and not a V shape. You want to use three popsicle sticks. Okay, now that we have a popsicle sticks in there, we're going to go ahead and finish our fan. We're going to go ahead and glue around the rest of our fan. Just going to go ahead and glue the edges around. Okay, you don't have to use a whole lot of glue, guys. A little bit goes a long way when you're using a glue gun. But we're just going to go ahead and glue the entire fan all the way around. Super simple, super easy. And that's all I'm going to do for this fan. I'm not going to add anything else. Now, if you want to add ribbon to the fan handle, you can always add extra stuff to it. A lot of people add like ribbon to the fan handle because they want to make it fancy and nice, and that's fine. But for this design, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it all the way around, and that's all we're going to do. You can add more personalization to it or do whatever with it that you want, to each its own. You can even paint the fan handle red if you wanted to. You can do a lot of stuff to really jazz up your fan and really make it custom and personal, okay? But for the sake of the video, I ain't do all of that, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and finish gluing this around, and I'm going to show you guys how the fans look once they're completed. And these came out really nice, and as you guys can see, this was super easy and it was super quick. If you don't have a printer and you don't have certain tools, it is okay, you can still make these, guys. If you don't have a printer, go to your local copy and print. My Office Depot and my Staples have a self-service printing machine. 50 cents to print a copy. You could bring your cardstock with you, or you can get the paper there at Office Depot or Staples. So get creative, guys. Don't let not having certain tools stop you from creating things that you want to create, okay? Now look at how our fan turned out. Super cute. I'm trying to get a really good view of it for you guys. I put my hand over it so you guys can see the difference in like the size, or kind of get a glimpse of the size of the actual fan. This is a pretty good size. So I want to say it's about, like I said, 9 inches long, close to 10, and probably about 7 inches wide. A pretty good size fan. Really, really nice. I absolutely love the way that these designs turned out. If you want to do this theme, the senior brat, and if I don't have a particular color that you want, there is a let's chat section on the website. Definitely reach out to me and say, hey, I love this design, can you do this in green, or whatever color you want, let me know. And I typically add new requests within 48 hours to the website, okay? So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed showing you guys how to make this. I can't wait to show you guys the rest of all of my designs that I'm creating for graduation. So yeah, to all my 2024 graduates, congratulations, baby, you made it, okay? And we're gonna show you how to celebrate that thing in style, okay? So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Definitely leave me a comment, and like always, God bless.